So let's take a strip of canvas fabric and we're going to do tabby stitch around the outside edge of the loom. And I start by putting the tail in first. And if it's a little hard to get through those warp strings, you can use the needle to push it through. It's a little tight there. And then tabby stitch again is just over, under, over, under. I'm actually going to go through the warp strings, the warp thread this time, and treat each thread as an individual instead of as a double. I'm going to give you some fast forward through the video here. Since the brightness changed, it got a little bright to see. Then I'll see you back when we're on. So we've done 2 rows of the fabric duck cloth, the cotton fabric, in tabby stitch. I'm going to go back for a 3rd row, and I'm putting it in between the warp threads, so it's a little bit tight there on the edge. And again, you can use your needle to help you push through if you need to. And it's over 1, under 1, over 1, under 1. And I want a little bit of looseness in that fabric, so I'm pulling it up so that it bubbles up a little bit. I'm not pulling it tight because I want that extra bit of texture. And I personally really love when the fabric starts to fray and gets those little threads kind of going every which way. I think it gives a lot of texture and a lot of interest to the weaving. But if it bothers you, you can trim them off. And sometimes they get a little too unruly and you kind of have to trim them off because they're getting in the way of your weaving. But normally I just leave them. I'm using my needle a bit to help me get that fabric through. Those little threads are getting a little unruly there. And then beating it up towards the outside edge of the loom and making sure I have those nice loose bubbles coming up. And then I will use a tauter material to keep the fabric nice and tight up against the edge of that loom.